Hey Cancer, welcome to your bonus reading. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you're doing good. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe. It really makes a difference and I appreciate it. And that's it. Let's just dive right into your reading, Cancer. Okay, already. Is there another card wanting to come through? I'm channeling the messages you need to hear right now today. I don't know for you, but even if I meditated this morning, even if I cleansed the card, the energies are hectic. There's a feeling of being overwhelmed. There's questions that keep coming up like, when is this going to be over? When am I going to catch a break? I don't know if you've been overwhelmed. I just want to say you're not alone. And I hope this reading brings a little bit of support. I hope this reading works like a little balm for your stress or you being overwhelmed. If you're not overwhelmed, because I'm not trying to project here, if you're not overwhelmed at all, good for you. Send some of that good energy my way. And look at that. This is so interesting. 2 major cards coming out as your general energy. When I see major arcanas like that, I know that there is something drastic. It could be life-changing. It's important. So however you're feeling right now and whatever you're going through in the present moment, it will be beneficial for you. It is for your greater good. And I know sometimes personally when I say things like that, I'm like, well, the people that are going through very, very shitty things, I don't want to say it was meant to be. I'm saying that there is a little bit of light. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. There is a lot of sun energy here. This is a positive, dare I say positive, which is not a word I use. Because of the Temperance, Sagittarius energy here, I know there's good luck. Again, a light at the end of the tunnel. But this is a very emotional time. I just don't know if you're showing it to people. It's like you're processing so much right now and no one knows. Look at the Empress. She's just so secure, but there's still this river in the back. It's like a reminder for us that she could be going through so much, that this is a very emotional time, but she's still secure. She's still showing up, nurturing herself and others. And here with the Temperance card, there's also this fire energy, but water here everywhere. The angel, the alchemist is playing with the water, dipping their toe into the water. There's something here. I think this is a very emotional time. And again, I keep hearing that it's for your greater good. There might be someone that needed to hear that today. It's going to be okay. And again, I feel weird saying that because my thinking mind is always like, shut up, don't sugarcoat. I'm not sugarcoating. I'm making space for the good stuff. And this is the only thing we have control over, Cancer. To choose to make space for the good stuff. To choose to believe that things are going to get better. And I think this is an act of radical self-love, radical acceptance, and surrendering. Like, again, not sugarcoating, but making space. Okay, 4 of Swords is here. Interesting. A need to recharge. This is a confirmation that maybe you feel a little bit burnt out, a little bit overwhelmed. There could be the opportunity to recharge for you, planned or not. I know some of you plan vacation, some of you are going to have time off, and that could also be stressful for some people. Take advantage of all the days off you have, even if it's just one day. Take advantage of moments without your cell phone. Not being on social media, not having your nervous system being so activated. Because the 4 of Swords to me, most of the time is a call to take a break from social media. To not be online so much because again, it could be impacting our nervous system. We have the Four of Pentacles. I'm laughing because 2 4s in a row. I know this is something about your boundaries. And again, I know not everyone is celebrating the holidays and New Year and Christmas and all of that. But I just want to say for the ones that are stressing about that, for the ones that are stressing about, their boundaries and how it's going to be hard to say no and it's going to be hard to keep a smile on your face with certain family members, and maybe you're apprehending that you're going to be so exhausted after. It's okay. You're not alone. I keep getting that message. You're not alone. You're allowed to feel all of those things. I know that personally sometimes I judge myself and I'm like, you're so ungrateful, Kim. Like, why can't you be grateful? Why can't you just be happy for what you have instead of stressing and doubting and complaining because, of the holidays or other things? I think we're allowed to feel all those things. And what we feel sometimes is not real necessarily. It's not necessarily the truth. But it's real. And 5 of Cups is here. So this could be, for some reason, a difficult year for you, a difficult time. Waves of grief, difficult feelings. Again, there could be shame. Why am I feeling that way? Why am I always revisiting some type of pain or some type of wound that reopened during that time? We are releasing so much, as many of us are ending the calendar year, It's like we're releasing so much. We're thinking about the things that we should have done, the things that we regret. Okay, there's the pressure of maybe having some resolution for next year. It feels like the cards are saying, can you just be present right now? You'll think about the resolution in February, Don't pressure yourself with those big things like promising yourself something or promising something to another person. I think that right now, again, you need to recharge. Emotionally and physically, you could be drained. And I know this is not a message for everyone. I just need to honor what comes through. If there's just one person out there that's like, I needed this, my job is done. I'm not here to please everyone. I'm not here to bring you the messages that you want to hear. I'm bringing you the messages that you need to hear. And that, spirit or whatever wants me to channel right now. You're being very hard on yourself. Very, very hard on yourself, Cancer. Page of Pentacles and Page of Wands. Good. There's going to be the opportunity to simplify some things. So whatever challenging feelings you're experiencing right now, whatever, we just talked about that enough. I want to move on. I don't want to dwell on that. There's going to be something that's simplified. So maybe your nervous system is like, this is the worst, this is so bad, again, dwelling on something, and then there's a refresh. I think it's happening before the end of December, which I like. There's an idea that comes up, the spark of something new, a new flame, a new idea, a new project. It could be that you just take action without overthinking it and saying, you know what? I think I want to learn a new skill. I think I'm ready for something new. Oh yeah, you're ready for something new. That can be this overwhelming feeling I'm getting. You could be asking yourself, like, when am I going to be happy again with work? And I want to have fun and I want new energy in my life, or new friends, new relationship, new ideas. I'm feeling stuck. I feel like there's someone who's been feeling stuck. And I think this idea of being stuck is because the external hasn't changed so much. What's happening is internal. And Cancer, this was a big year for you because the card of the year was Chariot. Chariot is your card in the major arcana. This whole year was like constant waves, but like higher than ever and lower than ever. The roller coaster this year was just non-stop. You are connected to the moon. So 2023 was connected to the cycles of the moon. You are the same, but the moods are constantly changing, and that's very hard to manage. But you've done it. You're right here. You're still standing. You're watching this tarot reading, taking time for yourself, reflecting on the energies. Especially if you're here watching my reading and you know me, you know my style. This is about reflecting on the present moment. This is, the deep work we're doing here. I'm not just throwing cards and promising you bullshit. Let's just be real. So the Death card is here. The biggest transformation in the tarot. Can you honor that? Can you honor and acknowledge all the ways you have been transforming, all the layers you've been shedding? You've grown so much this year. There's things that are different, and they will be different forever. The things that you've outgrown, you're not looking back. And that's why the grief, the Five of Cups is here. Because when we transform, when we shed some type of skin or layer, even if we were ready to shed and to move on, we still experience grief. Grief is a normal part of all things, We have to learn as humans to make space for grief at our table. And that's why the Death card and the Five of Cups are here. There's something that you're grieving and you keep blaming yourself. Why am I sad? Why can't I be grateful for what is here? Why am I obsessing over the past or the future or this and that? Because you're grieving. And I give this example a lot because I think it's a good one. When I left the city 2 years ago, I was born and raised in Montreal. I'm a city girl forever. And I moved here in the country. I bought my house, and it was the most beautiful thing that ever happened to me. And I spent 6 months blaming myself because I was grieving. I was grieving the life I had in Montreal. I was grieving my teenage years and first apartment and memories and leaving my family behind. And just talking about it, I get emotional because I was so hard on myself. Constantly saying things like, I'm so ungrateful. Why can I be happy? This was my dream. And this is how I feel? What the heck? And now I understand that even the most beautiful experiences, the most beautiful gifts, they're going to come with grief. It is a normal thing. We don't want to ignore that. Again, we want to make space for it at our table. It's part of the human experience. And it's a very, very uncomfortable part of being a human. Grief sucks because it never goes away. It never goes away. It's part of you. You will grow around it. It will become easier to carry, but it's there. So there's a lot of acceptance here. Acceptance is a big, big word for you right now. Write it down. Maybe you've been seeing it. Maybe you've been trying to accept certain things, certain feelings, accepting things sometimes that are unfair, that feels unfair. I think this is where you are right now. Some of you, not everyone, of course, the ones that are connecting to what I'm saying. And look at that, the World card is here. I'm so happy after everything I said. You've been through this many, many times before. You know, notice here, there's 2 red ribbon here, shaped like infinity loop. And when you think about it, an infinity loop, you know, when it's just unwrapped, it is a circle. The World card is like the biggest infinity loop in the tarot. Energies repeat. And even when we feel like we healed something, we move on from something, it might come up again, and it's okay. But there's something here with the World card that you are ready to completely shed. You might never look back on this thing. So there's even bigger grief coming up, because you know in your heart you're done with this. It doesn't mean that you don't love or care about this energy. It could be a relationship. It could be something that never happened how you wanted to. It could be whatever you left behind. There's so many things that could be happening here. And whatever you're releasing is making space for a bunch of new energy here. More abundance, more fire, more intensity. The World card is so important, and it doesn't come up often. It really doesn't. After years and years and years of being a tarot reader, this is the card, in my opinion, that comes up the least, because it's so, so big. There's a mark here in your life. There is a clear mark, a temporal landmark, something that you will never forget. It's like there's a before and there's an after. And right now, you're in the time of processing all of that. Give yourself time. Show yourself a little bit of compassion. Tell me more about Cancer. Tell me more about Cancer. Yeah, also another card that did not show up a lot recently. I'm very happy to see that for you. I told you in the beginning, look, there's the light at the end of the tunnel. It's right here. I'm so happy that I moved on from this. I'm so happy that it's over. Honoring all the beauty of a certain experience. And maybe all the pain too, and wrapping it up and being like, yeah, I'm moving on. This is a time of celebration for you. It feels like when you step in 2024, the month of January is going to be so clear for you. The veil is lifting up. The uncertainty is becoming clearer and clearer. It's like, okay, again, the Page of Pentacles, Page of Wands, a need to simplify, and also the spark of something new. It's like you're realizing in January, wow, that was so simple. The answer was right here. I was just not ready to see it. I was just not ready. I needed time, and I deserve time. It's like someone has been stuck in the quicksand for so long. And now things are growing. Queen of Pentacles is showing up. It's interesting that we have the Page of Pentacles and then the Queen. You know, there's a clear growth here that I'm seeing. Page are about planting the seeds. Queens are about nurturing that seed. So I think you're going to be starting the year with taking care of not only yourself, but nurturing some type of idea or project. It's going to be, again, clearer and clearer as the day unfolds. In tune with your intuition, in tune with your body, in tune with your creativity also. So give yourself a little bit of time. You could still be, for the next 2-3 weeks, challenging with, you could be challenged with very difficult feelings still. It's okay. Give yourself time, because the light at the end of the tunnel is freaking bright, my friend. And it's exciting. Again, a moment that will be marked in your mind forever. You will remember that clear shift of energy. Okay, let me take another tarot deck. Is there an important message that Cancer need to hear right now about what's coming up? What is the sun shining a light on for Cancer? What is the sun shining its light on? Cancer. 3 cards. Okay, let's honor that. The Star, the King of Swords, and the 10 of Swords. Yeah, the sun is shining a light on what you have released, what you have healed. And this is you embodying your boundaries, embodying your quote unquote truth like never before. I'm doing quote unquotes because I'm personally just tired of hearing people saying, this is my truth, this is your truth. I think our truth, quote unquote, changes all the time. We grow, learn every day, so my supposedly truth from today is going to be different tomorrow. I think that it's not necessarily about your truth, but just embodying who you are in a different way, showing up in a different way, serving maybe your clients or your boss, people at work, the people that need you in a different way. And it's going to be very, very clear how some of the challenges you've been through recently were all blessing in disguise. That you are ready to heal truly. And again, healing is never over. Healing is an infinity loop. We are never done healing something. Never. It's just not possible. We can heal a wound properly, but still, it's there. We don't forget. We can forgive, but we don't forget. And sometimes we can not think about something for years or for a long time, but we're never done healing. I think this is an active, forever thing. And when we accept that, we give ourselves so much more love and compassion when the wounds reopen, when we get triggered about something. There is acceptance, as I said earlier here. I think this is going to be your word. The bridge from 2023 to 2024 is like a bridge of acceptance for you, Cancer. Accepting that this is what's happening right now with your health, body, mind, soul. This is what's happening with your finances. This is what's happening with this relationship. Uncomfortable or not, happy or not, good or bad, I don't know. This is all your perspective, but there's acceptance here. The difficult feelings are easier to carry. You're becoming stronger and wiser. No matter how old you are, how old you consider yourself, I think that this again is about acceptance, and it's beautiful. It really is. Wow, okay. Whew. I'm trying to remember what placement I have in Cancer, because now I just want to journal about this reading. Mars, which is probably the most challenging Mars. Yeah, Mars in Cancer. Shout out to all my Mars in Cancer out there. My ugly criers. This is me, just me. Okay. What message wants to come through for Cancer? This one. I'm not surprised. Radical self-love. Reject the impulse to compare. You are enough. Ground, nurture, and adjust. This card is so freaking beautiful. Reject the impulse to compare. Yeah, I think that since I keep talking about acceptance here, there's something that you might be comparing, like, why is it so easy for this person, and why am I always dealing with heartbreaks and health stuff and mental health stuff. I think that whatever is happening, you're learning to trust more, accept, and also love yourself just radically. What you have, no one has it. And what you have is not for everyone, Cancer. And since you've been going through so much, it seems like personally, and again, there's a lot of hidden things, there's a lot of things that people don't know about. Maybe they have an idea of what you're going through, but they don't really know. They don't know everything, and they're not supposed to. It's none of their business. So if you use the tarot, which I always love to give a little shout out to the people who use tarot for themselves, who pick cards for themselves. I would invite you to pick a card to see what is the archetype that wants to show up for radical self-love. And I think a lot of you might pick either a page or the Empress. I think the Empress is like the ultimate card of self-love, of radical self-love. But I think that there could be a message showing up for you in your own reading. Picking a card just like, okay, how is this energy of radical self-love showing up in my life? And keeping this card on your altar, on your fridge, or maybe using it as a background on your cell phone. And even if you pick a card that looks scary or negative, it really isn't. This could be a good opportunity for you to reframe certain scary cards, and especially if you've been wanting to connect more with the tarot. I believe and I know that the tarot is one of the most powerful and magical tool for self-love and reflecting and digging deep into what is present. So yeah, let me know. I'm sending love, Cancer. Thank you for being here. And I'll talk to you guys very soon in your 2024 reading. Bye.